Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have updates to share about Donald Trump's failing social media site and his stock, also his mounting legal fees. So first, let's talk about Liar Social, or Trothcential, as Trump once called it. Analysis of the site's data shows that as of May 24th, the usage had dropped 21% since April. And if you look at the numbers since March, it had dropped 35%. And year over year, so from May of 2023 to April of 2024, monthly visits had plummeted. They were down 39%. Now, I am sure we're going to see a bump. We're going to see more recent data coming out that shows, MAGA flocked to the site. They were there to cry along with their apricot antichrist in the wake of his conviction. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see that in the coming weeks, but is that going to last? And an increase in daily visits are not going to matter if Trump can't grow the user base. And it's pretty clear that's not going to happen. As of April, depending on which data analysis company you believe, Liar Social had somewhere between 700,000 and 1.4 million active users. Now compare that to 76 million active users, on Twitter. And as of the end of 2023, there were more than 3 billion active users on Facebook. Now I know those platforms have been around a lot longer, but check this out. I found this chart showing the active users on Twitter. This dates back to 2010. And as you can see here, as of 2010, Twitter had already 40 million active users on the site. Now, for reference, Twitter went live in 2006. So they were 4 years old by 2010, by the time they had that many. And Truth Social, by comparison, they launched in February of 2022. So it's now a little over 2 years old. So it is inconceivable to, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Princess Bride. It is inconceivable to think that in 2 years' time, Truth Social is going to jump from 1.4 million, let's say, if we're being generous, all the way to 40 million. And what's really telling is Trump's company is refusing to share any of their metrics, any of their data analytics. According to the company's regulatory findings, they're too busy. They said they're just too busy trying to make the site better. So we don't have time to pay attention to performance metrics. The thing that helps companies grow. So anyway, the stock price has been bouncing around in the wake of Trump's conviction last week. It closed down on Friday. So it took a brief jump, not much, but a little bit, a couple bucks. And then it was down on Friday to $49.09. And then today it dropped even lower. It kept bouncing around. It was down still near the end of the trading day. It was around $46, as you see here on your screen. So that is well below the 52-week high of almost $80 per share. Now, what's clear is MAGA is artificially inflating the stock price. Otherwise, it would be even lower because, as I recently shared with all of you, the company lost over $300 million in just the first quarter of this year, just the first 3 months. And it made only about $700,000 over that same period. That is pathetic compared to other companies. But after his conviction was announced, his MAGA minions started buying Truth Social stock. NPR went out, they interviewed one guy, a guy named Justin Peden. Peden purchased more shares after Trump's conviction, and he went on the site and he was encouraging other men and women, MAGA men and women, to do the same. Peden said that he, to date, has invested $50,000 into Truth Social stock, and he got in when the shares were around $35, so he's actually in not too bad of a position. So far, they say Peden's made about $20,000 in profit based on the current value. The problem is that he plans to hold it. He is not planning to sell and take his money and run. When Peden was asked about Trump selling his own shares, because he can do so in September, that's when his contract says he is able to do so, he said, oh, Trump would never do that to his supporters. Peden told NPR, quote, I think he truly cares about the people that support him, because if you look at it, that would be kind of like stabbing everyone in the back. And I don't see him doing that. This poor guy. He seriously has zero clue who Donald Trump is. The guy stabs everyone in the back. So now, here's the thing. I do agree with him on one part. Trump will not sell his shares in September. And the only reason is because he is not going to want to piss off his supporters, and he doesn't want the negative press prior to the election. He might even hold it. He might even hold his shares if he wins, because that could potentially increase the user base on the site. You know, companies might be more inclined to advertise on Truth Social to curry favor with Trump because he would be the president. And, you know, people are going to be on the site. People are going to want to go there to see what the president is saying. If he loses, though, I can almost guarantee, I would bet money, he will sell his shares before the sun sets that day. So we'll see. In the meantime, I am sure he would love to sell that stock right now because his legal bills and his judgments are astronomical. According to the Daily Beast, one of Trump's super PACs has been burning through hundreds of thousands of dollars a day for his legal services. So in April alone, the Save America Leadership PAC spent almost $3.3 million on legal fees. And recent FEC filings show that the PAC is in the red because they still owe $1.1 million to 5 different law firms. So over $800,000 of that is owed to Todd Blanche, the guy who just choked, the attorney who just ended up securing 34 felony convictions for Trump. And as a side note, I don't know if you guys saw this. I think it was on CNN. Blanche was on there, and he tried to say the reason he didn't call more witnesses was because it's not his job. He said, you know, the burden of proof is on the state. The burden of proof is on the prosecutor. So you don't call witnesses that you claim, that your client claims could have exonerated him because it's just not my job. So it'll be interesting to see if Trump fires him or if he tries to stiff him. And it's a sticky situation because Blanche also represents Trump in the classified documents case, also the DC coup case. So, you know, he can't screw him over just yet without trying to find a new attorney to fill his spot and without owing him money. So we will see. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.